Man, I really gotta figure out that next archetype we're gonna make or I'm screwed. I think I have an idea. Released in the Arc 5 era of late 2016 in the set Invasion Vengeance, Predaplants are a dark plant type archetype that is focused primarily on two things. One is predator counters, which, along with specific effects depending on the monsters, in general, when they're placed on an opponent's monster that is higher than level 1, they become level 1. Messing with your opponent's seize summon shenanigans aside, Predaplant's main focus is fusion summoning. They do have quite a unique array of fusion monsters at their disposal, but we don't care about any of that. What makes Predaplant shine is that they have some cards that allow you to search any fusion or polymerization spell card directly from your deck to your hand. With this effect in mind, you can see how it can be used as an engine in a variety of decks that rely on fusion summoning, but are unable to search that fusion spell card. Now, with this, we will take a look at why you would use this engine, what decks it would be best in, and what cards would you run in it. Welcome, I'm JC Theater Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is Engine Evaluation, Predaplants. The first portion of the Predaplant engine is completely dependent on how much space you have in the main deck that runs it. Though this adds consistency in acquiring your engine cards as soon as possible, LONEFIRE Blossom is a 3-of in the engine that is not needed, but is a popular choice for decks who really need to see their fusion card on their opening turn. This little guy is a level 3 fire plant monster whose simple effect lets you tribute him to bring out another plant type monster from your deck. The beauty in this Blossom is the fact that you can loop him. Simply tribute him to summon another copy, tribute that copy to summon the third, and then tribute the third in order to bring out the first of the 2 staple pieces of the Predaplant engine monsters. The biggest downside of this card's inclusion is that if you draw more than one, you potentially have a dead card in your hand, which this engine already has the potential to give you. If space allows and your deck wants to bring out your fusion absolutely as quickly as possible, this is a great inclusion. The monster you want to get onto the field either from your hand or a special summon from the deck by LONEFIRE's effect is Predaplant Orphis Scorpio. When you summon this spooky guy, you can discard a monster in order to special summon a Predaplant monster from your deck onto the field. The monster discard works in our favor sometimes because if you draw too many copies of this card or LONEFIRE, if you're running it, you are able to discard at least one of those extra dead copies to activate this effect. This is a definite 3-of due to the fact that this is the playmaker that sparks the last card in this engine's effect. Predaplant Darlingtonia COBRA is the single copy card that is the whole reason one would play this engine. When he's special summoned by a Predaplant monster's effect, aka Scorpio, you can search one polymerization or fusion spell card from your deck and add it to your hand. The strength of this card is created a little more fair with the fact that it can only be used once per duel. Another weakness to this card, which further translate to the rest of the engine, is the fact that if this 1-of copy is in the deck is drawn, you not only have a brick, but everything else for the engine except the fusion spell you're trying to search will also automatically become dead draws. This utility to search out basically any fusion spell you can think of is often worth the potential downsides to playing the engine. The Shining Star, the Darling Cobra. But what do we try to search with it? There are a few different options of what to search with Darlingtonia. The first is just searching some generically good fusion cards such as the OG Polymerization, Ultra Polymerization, or my personal favorite, Super Polymerization. Additionally, You can even search other extenders like instant fusion or fusion substitute. Another wonder of this engine is that it can help other engines get out their specific pieces, effectively being an engine to an engine. Examples of this include the use of this in addition to a Shadal engine, which if you would like to see more on that, click on the link in the description below, or other engines which involve a fusion card such as the Brilliant Fusion engine, which gives the user an extra normal summon. The third use for this engine, which is really a side benefit, is that when you achieve what these cards were meant to achieve, aka grab a fusion card, you'll be left with 2 monsters on the field, which then you can link away into a myriad of different link monsters. Though it will often cost your normal summon to get this engine going, since these guys are Dark Plant level 3 monsters, there are multiple options that you could run in the extra deck specifically for these guys if you don't have something they can already naturally link away into. The Predaplant engine is an interesting one to say the least. It is a great choice to supplement already existing strategies without really bringing anything extra outside of the consistency to get to a key fusion or polymerization combo piece. I give this engine a B-. It does what it does very well, and what it does is simply having your deck run 4 to 7 cards purely to search an often otherwise unsearchable combo extender or play enabler. It doesn't add much of its own strategy at all, and ultimately adds nothing really new or different on its own. It is purely used as support, but then again, if that's all you need, at the cost of some bricks, then maybe the Predaplant engine is right for you. This has been another episode of Engine Evaluation. I'm JC Theater Yu-Gi-Oh! Signing out.